Okay, we're going to go ahead and tie off the rig now. So pull the pull-up cord out of the left front main lift web and tie the slots of the articulation rings together. If you have a standard harness, meaning you don't have articulation rings, you can tie the buckles of the leg straps together. You want the rig to be even, so it's really important to tie it off to both sides of the rig. And you can tie it off to a weight, you can tie it off to a packing stake, to a hook on the wall, something that's going to prevent the rig from sliding forward when you pack it. You can see that the rings are even. Go ahead and walk the lines up to the canopy now. So we'll put the brake line on top, the CD on the next group of fingers, and the ABs in the front. As you slide your fingers up the lines, you want to make sure that they're not twisted around each other. This could indicate a step through or a flip through the canopy. Go ahead and give it a shake, get that top skin all sorted out. And set the canopy down. We're going to now set the toggles. Notice that there is a shallow brake setting and a deep brake setting. We're going to go no slider, so we're going to go ahead and set the deep brake setting. Put the loop through the line with the excess towards the inside, towards the rig. Put the loop through the ring. Then we're going to put the toggle tip through the loop and put the toggle tip into the toggle keeper, and then we're going to fully mate the Velcro toggle to the riser. Tension from the canopy, and we route that excess to the inside so that if you were to do it the other way and it came out, you would grab the line in the toggle. Bad news. So you want to route that excess brake line to the inside. Go ahead and fold it over and stow it in the keeper on the back of the riser. Turn her back over and you're done. Do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go on and on about the crow's foot. This is the line attachment point. You can see the load-bearing tapes going up away from it, forming what we call the crow's foot. Go ahead and pick the canopy up, walk the lines up. We're going to count 7 cells, 3, center cell 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is the nose. We're going to grab it and just send a wave through the canopy. This helps to sort out the fabric, makes it a little bit easier for this next section where we're going to try and sort this whole mess out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to show it to you from a different angle now. Send that wave through the canopy, take the nose, put it between the legs. Okay, you're going to count the 4 A lines and reach down inside the canopy and get that flaked out to the side. We're going to show different angles and everything else, so just sort of bear with me. We're going to show this angle first and it'll explain later. Here's that crow's foot on the B line attachment point. Go ahead and you want to run that hand down to the packing tab, and that is going to create a fold, and it should go right up the middle of the canopy, right up the middle of your body. So you push that part into the middle and you push the rest of it out to the outside. So it's going to create this S-fold shape. Now we're going to reach in and grab those B lines. There's 4 B lines. There's 4 lines on each side of the canopy. You're going to reach down in there, flake that to the outside, go back and remake that fold to the center. And then you're going to find the crow's foot on the C line attachment point and put your hand down. There's going to be packing tabs right in the middle right there. And now you should have 2 separate columns of canopy. We'll go ahead. Now this hole is too small to reach down in, so we're going to just pre-flake the tail a little bit. You don't have to worry about the tail too much at this point. We're going to completely reflake it once it's on the ground. So you just want to reach around the tail and you'll find the 4 D lines. You can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull those to the outside. You see that the yellow is the center cell, so you'll leave the center in the center. Pull those D lines out and you're going to push that fabric to the outside. Not too far, so you pull the lines out of the center. And we'll go ahead now and remake the fold at the C lines and make the fold for the first time at the D lines. There's a crow's foot right there, just like all the rest of the attachment points. Just drag that hand right down the middle. Packing tabs there. Now you have 1, 2, and 3 columns. Okay, now we're going to go ahead to the inside, showing you that very same side, but from the inside angle. Now you push the fabric in between the A's and the B's to the outside. Go to that next group, and push the fabric in between the B's and the C's to the outside. Pulling out the D's, push the fabric in between the C's and the D's to the outside. Freeze frame. Check it out. This is how you tell the difference between the line groups. The A's are the shortest, the next group down are the B's, the next group down are the C's, and the lowest lines are the D's. It's easy. See how easy that is? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and flake out the right side of the canopy. So put the canopy on your other shoulder. Re-grab that nose. You realize I released the nose from my knees so I could lift the canopy up to make those folds right down the middle. We'll go ahead and reach our arm in between the A's and the B's here and make that first fold. Come back out to the front and you'll see that there's a crow's foot on the A lines as well right there, and that goes straight down the middle just like the other ones. Now we're going to go and make that fold at the B line. There's your crow's foot once again, all the way down to the packing tab. Press that to the middle. One smooth column. And we're going to go ahead and follow that stabilizer around to the B line attachment point. Reach your hand inside, grab the 4 B's, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you'll find that the fourth inside one is yellow because we have a yellow center cell. That's where you put your arm down into the yellow center cell, and you're going to remake that fold at the B line, and then you're going to make the fold at the C line crow's foot and bring that all the way down to the packing tab. Now you're going to have 2 columns of canopy. Yeah, packing tab. We got it. Okay. All right. Just, you kind of have to work it until both those columns are about the same size. Come around. Again, that hole in the stabilizer is too small to reach down in. So we're going to just neaten up the tail. Now this side, the tail's all messed up. So you can see that I'm having to work it pretty hard to get the thing. It got flipped all through itself. Do what you can, as much as you can. We're going to reflake the tail completely once it's on the ground. But if you get it somewhat neat up here, you're going to have a whole lot easier time once it's on the ground. So just keep working with it. And, after about 100 pack jobs, this is all going to look very familiar to you. At first, it's intimidating. You don't know what part of the canopy you're looking at. You're going to go inside, grab the 4 D lines. Now, the inside D line is red because it's one of the tailgate lines. We'll get to that in a little while. But you just go to the yellow, push that to the outside. You'll get a different technique for doing this. This is the hardest part of the canopy to flake over your shoulder because it hangs the lowest. Bring that tail around to the rear and neaten up the stabilizers. Now I'm going to cut back here and show you to neaten up that outside. Right before we grab the nose, we're going to go back through if necessary and just hit each one of those folds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now I'm going to show you, before we do the nose, I'm going to cup over here and do the inside on that same side. And this is just showing you the inside of the canopy, doing the exact same thing as we were doing on the outside, minus the, running the crow's foot down to the packing tab. Just showing you what you want on the inside, and that's just to push that fabric in between the lines out to the outside, keeping the line groups to the inside. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and set the nose. To lay it down on the ground, we take the outside 3, put them over to that side, take the other 3 on the other side, and lay them to the outside, and then we're going to take the yellow nose in the center, split it. We're going to reach down as far as we can, put your elbow right in the middle of the canopy, cradle that canopy like a big baby, and lay it down. Okay, lay it down gently so it doesn't spread out. You can put your hand on the lines right there and just walk that hand right out the top, cradling it the whole time to keep it narrow. The more narrow it is on the ground, the easier it's going to be to get into the container. If you have your hand all flat when you're bringing it out, the canopy is going to be allowed to spread out, so you want to keep it cradled.